Hey, y'all. We are live. I have a special guest today. Taria, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes. And look, I just came up with this concept where I want to have a Bravo Kiki with my favorite people. And you're my first guest, my very first guest. Like, this is my little show idea so I can invite other content creators of color over here
Come-
to talk, to talk all things Bravo with me.
Well, first of all, I am honored that you had me here first. And I'm honored that you asked me because as many times as I want to be like, Chris, come on, Chris, come on. I'm like, Chris is going to be tired of me. So I try to, keep it to or whatever. So I am so glad. I was so glad to see you. I got to meet you in person, got to hug
Yeah.
you this weekend. Although it dawned on me, and I was telling Corey, I think I'm I think we met, but we didn't meet. If I'm not mistaken, not this past BravoCon, but two BravoCons ago, I was with Kempire and Brooke. And Kempire had been taking me and Brooke into the men's bathroom so we could get in and get out, right? Because the lines were long.
Mhm.
And you and Alex, I think, came walking up the hallway. And I was telling Corey, it is so funny when we're in this world, we don't even have to greet each other because Brooke was like, Alex, no, let me tell you why you're wrong about Candace. And and they started going back and forth. And then I'm not sure if we were introduced, but I know that you were with him. And I was like, I remember seeing you. But
Mhm.
I still didn't realize. I was like, wow, you're so tall. You
Oh,
should be a model.
thank you. Now, before we get into everything, like, Taria has had me on her channel like twice. And I
Yes.
just realized, like, even before the Kempire show, I was like, she's never been on my channel before. Like, I've been to her house twice. She never been to my house. So, welcome to my house.
Thank you. You want me to take? Do I need to take my shoes off, or because I'll do either.
Oh, I'm not that type of person. You can put
Okay.
my
Okay.
shoes on. Um, so for the people who aren't familiar with you, like give
Okay.
them a brief introduction. How did you get into the whole YouTube space, content creator world? Let them know.
Okay, so first of all, hey y'all, I am Taria Faison. So I started podcasting in 2016. I had a podcast called Tales from a Butterfly. From the time I was younger, I always identified as a butterfly because I felt like a butterfly is supposed to bring beauty into and for a person in terms of personality. That's what make people smile if they're having a bad day, make them laugh, lift their spirits, but then not stay too long and move on and just continue to do that through life. And that's how I always felt like that's what I was meant to do. Not that I don't form attachments. I mean, hello, I'm married. I do have friends, but there's still a part of me that I feel like is on like reserve just for myself. And then I got interested in what happens before you become the butterfly because everybody always people refer to themselves as I'm a butterfly, but people don't really realize what it takes. You start out as a literal caterpillar that people step on and say they're ugly. We don't like them. They mess up our foods. They're not good for us. And then a caterpillar goes into what's called a cocoon. And I actually saw one literally happening in front of my door at my old house. A cocoon was happening. So the caterpillar was going into the cocoon. And when you look up what happens in a cocoon, basically the caterpillar's insides explode. And in order to survive outside of it, as a butterfly, it has to eat its own enzymes. And I'm like, how many times have I had to eat my own mess, but it made me stronger to be able to survive, to become the person that I want to be. So I was always fascinated with that cocooning session, going from how does the same thing go from being the thing that people want to flick away or, don't think has a great aesthetic to being something that brings light to people. And I know we have many metamorphoses in life. So I started podcasting about that. It was a personal development podcast with a spiritual base, but I always like reality TV, Bravo, all that stuff. So in 2019, I put that podcast on hiatus and said, I'm going to come over here and maybe I can mix the two and talk about these housewives and these Bravo shows and pop culture from the lens of being a Black woman and how I feel watching these shows, how I feel that these white audiences perceive us. So that's how I ended up over here. And I started YouTube in like 2017 and did like 2 videos. That was it. And then with this one, shout out to our mutual friend, Carlos J. Harris. He encouraged me. Shout out to Carl. When I tell you, people think of peer pressure as a bad thing, but it's not always a bad thing. And he would drop little hints. Oh, so when you start your YouTube, you can talk about this. Oh, when you start YouTube. And I kept prolonging it until finally he was like, this is last season of Atlanta. The reboot's coming. So I think maybe that could be your inaugural episode. And just really didn't let me let it go, because he knew how bad I wanted to do it. And I just clicked the record button and I just did it. And I'm so happy over here because I had started watching a lot of YouTubers, how I found you, Alex, Brooke, Rodney, Kempire, DJ Richie. And I fell in love with this space because one thing that's different in this space than in podcasting, I felt like a lot of, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, a lot of Bravo podcasts sometimes, they would say what they thought, but not to the extent that I wanted, because they didn't want to offend Bravo. You don't want to offend the housewife. You don't want to offend, because you want to be able to work with these people. And while that is great, I also promised myself that I would be authentic. So then I came to YouTube and saw a whole different side, and I loved it over here. So I'm like, yes, this is where I want to be.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like, your smile is infectious. Like, I want to smile this entire time. Like, and if people know me outside of this, they know me as like Daria and like the pessimistic person. For you to get this genuine like reaction out of me says a lot.
Oh my God, I love it.
Is my mic okay, y'all? Because someone said they couldn't hear me that much. You can hear me?
I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. They said my mic was low. But yeah, that's why we were a little late, y'all. We just having some sound issues. But
yes, y'all.
But thank you for sharing that story. Yeah. Like, I don't think I knew like the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And like cocooning, I feel like that is me when the camera is off.
And then you turn into, but people don't get that. They feel like because you're not afraid to be in front of the camera, or because you can talk to people, that you always want to be on. Mm-hmm. And that's what I tell Corey. Sometimes it feels like people have that expectation of you. And sometimes you don't want to be, you just want to be like, sometimes I just want to sit on my couch and look at the wall. And I'm not sad. I'm not angry. I just don't want to say anything. We've gotten to the point, he knows if it's early in the morning and if I'm not working and he's not working, we can talk, but don't say good morning yet, because good morning means the day has started and now I have to be. So no, don't. I'll be like, no, don't say good morning.
And another thing, people are attracted to authenticity. And that goes to YouTube, as well as like why we love certain reality like people, whatever. So yeah, like, I mean, I know I say what I want to say on here, and that's probably why I'm not invited to maybe a couple Bravo shows, but it is what it is. Like,
I do feel like I should be seeing you more. I mean, I had forgot, I'm gonna be honest, I had forgot about Ladies of London. I seen tweets and then I seen you talking about it. Not gonna lie, and I was like, let me tap on over here. And I watched the first episode and was like, I don't know. And then by the second half of the first episode, I was like, I'm in. So I feel like I should be seeing you at more events. I'm just saying, that's how I feel.
Oh, I was in my feelings a little bit because I have all these like comments and like, Chris, thank you for introducing me to this show. Like, us.
Come on.
I was just like, damn, they had a whole event in London. I mean, here, London. I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? And even at this show, you saw like Empire's show, there wasn't a whole lot of, there was a lot of us, but not a lot of us watching Ladies of London. So here you are introducing people. Like, why weren't, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Whatever.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, thank you, Rista Fish, for the super chat. Love you, Taria. Keep on doing you in the courtroom.
Thank you, Rista Fish. Look, I'm at your service. I'm doing my civic duty. I'm at your service.
We will get to that. But first, Kempire's show, where like I was blown away by both of y'all. So Taria was hosting Kempire's After Dark show, and you did a fantastic job. I just want to give you your flowers on that.
You
were a natural. Yeah, I could not tell you if you were nervous. I could not tell at all.
My back leg was doing this. And it
I,
always,
I just want to know, like, how was it? Like.
I'll say this, and it happens every time. So I write poetry too. I haven't written in a long time. I did like a self-published poetry book, and then I would perform. This is funny. When I was going to Empowerment Temple when Jamal Bryant was the pastor. Mind you, I came from Jersey, so I didn't know anything about no nothing, no skin, no nothing. I didn't know nothing about no nothing. My husband just saw the church online one night and we went, right? But that was a big church. So I would go and sometimes perform poetry, or if I sang or did something, I was always so nervous and I would pray before I went on. And even last night, right before we walked out, my heart was going so fast that I've learned to do this and say a prayer. And I feel like my friend who's a singer, she sang all over the world. She sings backup for different artists. I'll never forget, years ago, she told me, whatever it is you do, especially with the public, people may say, you're great, keep doing it. You work to stay humble. People will tell you to stay humble, but it takes work. So you work to make sure that you stay humble. And I feel like that piece of nervousness will always be with me to remind me, like, you ain't as you like, you might be good, but don't get beside yourself. You know what I mean? So I'll take it if it's, but walking on, once I got on stage, and this happens to me every time, it's like a whole new world. And I just feel at home. And I feel like I'm just having so much fun with the audience, and I want to engage and I want to talk. And it just feels so good. It truly feels like I'm home. It really does.
That is so good to hear. And I want to say, y'all have to blame Taria as well as Kempire, because now I want to do a live show. That inspired me. And me and Alex are actively trying to find a venue, possibly the same one that y'all were at.
I think it would be perfect. Didn't it kind of get like a old school, not Studio 52, but quite like intimate, sexy vibe? Yeah. Oh, I will be there. Let me give you my dates that I won't be in town. That way, you know what dates not to have. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, please, like, Taria is the reason. Like, I was literally like inspired, just like how easy it was. And I also have to think, because I do have stage fright. I know, right? 6'7" black guy, like, can do all this, but like, I need to think on stage. Like, people came here to see you. They paid to see you. Like, why would you have any type of like doubt in yourself? So, it's just a hurdle that I have to get over. Just like how I was afraid to start my own YouTube, and Alex was just like, "You need to start your own channel. I know you can do it." And it took the pandemic, but still, I was just like, I took that jump. So now I feel like this is the next out of my comfort zone jump. I did not know we were going to be talking about all this, y'all.
But I think
it's like we haven't even gotten to the Bravo-ness yet.
I know. But can I tell you what you brought up a good point, because I was going to tell you that they're paying to see you. With me, I felt a way because part of my nervousness too was when somebody pays to go to a concert or a show, they're paying to see the headliner. And yeah, they may enjoy the opener or the host, right? But they're paying to see the headliner. So they're not paying to see me. So that was the pressure was like, oh my God, you have to deliver, because they may be like, boo, get her off the stage. But with you and Alex, they're paying to see you. And it's not like they don't know your work. The reason they're paying to see you is because they enjoy watching you and they want more. So just remember that and treat it as though it's YouTube. Do you wear contacts or glasses or anything?
I do.
One time I was so nervous that one of my contacts ripped, and instead of changing it out, I left it out, because when you cover one eye, you can't see. I can't see. So I couldn't see out of it.
I'm blind without my glasses. That was a good idea.
Because of the contacts are so strong. Like, because if I didn't have Corey will tell you, if I don't have my contacts in, I have my glasses on, because I don't even trust myself to walk without them. But that day it ripped in church and I did not change it. I was like, because if I look out of this eye, everybody looks like a blur. What if I look out of this eye? I can see everybody. So let me just look out of this eye.
And lastly, speaking of Corey, like, so nice. Like we hit off instantly. He introduced himself like, "Oh, I'm Taria's husband." I was like, "What?" We just started talking, and I am not a talker. I mean, I am a talker on here, but
Yes.
I'm not the biggest fan of small talk. But like, he was so cool, like, and kind.
So
My
y'all,
experience with straight men isn't great, so like, I don't really get along with straight guys that much. So, yeah, just being honest.
no, but you know what's funny? It's like you sometimes like who you meet, like it'll shock you because of your experiences, right?
Right.
Like you said, like with different straight men. But when me and Kempire were setting up, and we were walking past the line, and when Kempire tapped you, and I saw your beautiful smile as well. Did you see me? I was like, Chris, and I was gonna wave, but then I was like, I gotta go. In my mind, I said I need to introduce him to Corey. That was my whole thing. Introduce y'all to. So y'all, I'm waiting behind stage, and I see them talking, but then it wasn't like a turnaround and like, or either on their phones, they're talking, and I said, how did that happen? Because Corey's not a fan of small talk either. Fast forward after the show, Corey was like, I like Chris. I like his vibe. It was just natural. So it's just like, you never know. That's one thing that I'm grateful for, being a part of this YouTube community, the Black YouTubers that I have met, how I've been embraced.
Mm-hmm.
Even in Corey, because even though I'm the talker, he is like, people may not know, but he is the one that pushes me while supporting me to do a lot of these things.
He mentioned that to me. I was like, that is a supportive husband right there. That is a good man, Savannah. So yeah, like, because he was talking about how he loves to support you and everything. I was like, that was really nice. So
that's why I was willing to fight when the girl said, "Can you fight? Because your husband is fine, baby. We gonna rumble."
Yeah. Oh, let me just shout out some super chats right quick. So I just noticed now. Thank you, Lexi Lean, for the super chat. Hey, y'all, love this collab. I will be watching Wendy trial coverage.
I got you.
And Maya, oh my God, love Maya. I met her at BravoCon. She is the best. 2 authentic creators inspired me to start. Needs to be more of us. Love the honesty and non-echo chamber that some of the others give.
Yeah, did Maya start already? Because I want to make sure I support and follow and all that. So Maya, can you DM me on Instagram, WEIGO podcast, so I can make sure I follow and support and look, especially that beautiful picture. I'm a sucker for a pretty face.
Was a fashionista. Okay. I was like, girl, because the production, they kind of stopped some of us at BravoCon, and they wanted to stop her too. She didn't want to. I was like, girl,
right? Come on, Maya.
But anywho, yes. So a lot of us know you from get that Wendy Osefo trial coverage. Like, you were there. Like, and look, I had you on the alerts when you put on. Okay. I get brain fog a lot, y'all. And it's a live show. But yeah, I had you on my alerts, even when I was at work. I was like, I need it's not updating, refreshing. Did they take her phone? Like something?
Because I almost got in trouble. I mean, somebody allegedly almost got in trouble for that. So I don't think I told you that at this last trial, we finally made friends with the bailiff, and he came out and said that, they were told their job was to catch us doing something. I said, me? I just want to follow the rules, sir. I'm an officer of the law.
So I guess catch us up where we are at the Osefo trial, and when is the next court date?
So it's crazy because, as y'all know, at the last trial, well, let's. I always like to go back just to refresh people's memory, because to me, it makes me have more questions. Remember, they were co-defendants. Then Wendy files to be tried separately. So when I went to the first case, Wendy went up by herself. Eddie didn't go. It was just Wendy because they were being tried separate. The next one, they want to be tried together again. They submitted a motion for them to be tried together. The judge was going to rule, I guess, on that motion at their next status hearing. That one was canceled. Fast forward to this one, and our mouths dropped open when they say there was no mention of it, and it was automatically they're going to be tried separately. So it was like, Well, wait, the judge was supposed to rule on it. So my question is, did the judge say no? Did they withdraw it again? Or what happened? Because now we're just back to them being tried separately. What was interesting to me, and I'll keep saying it, Eddie does not want a speedy trial. And the key words, y'all, are extensive discovery. And that's what the prosecution used, extensive discovery. And I like to tell people, in February, they were supposed to have a court hearing. That morning, got up, checked, everything was a go. Later on that day, it was canceled. And when I went and looked at the case, discovery had been turned in from the prosecution to the defense. So you're like, oh, the day before. So you're like, oh, okay, maybe they need some time to go over it. Fast forward, court was on the 4th. I got up that morning. It's still on, checking all afternoon. But I did a quick glance at the case itself, and more discovery had been turned in that day as well. So then when I hear the prosecution later on that day say extensive discovery, it's like, what else do they have that they hadn't already mentioned in court? Clearly they have more. And I have to say, if you were in there, the prosecution seems very confident. And I'm not an expert, but just from what I observe of her, all the times that I've seen her, it's very much like, oh, they want to drive. Okay, Your Honor. Like it's very much like I ain't got nothing to worry about. And I'm like, oh, this is, I don't know. You hear,
delusion?
Do
you think it's delusion? Or
on the prosecutor side?
No, on Wendy's side.
A part of me wonders, does she realize how serious it is? Like, you would like to think so, but maybe it's, and listen, I'm a believer too, but sometimes you do have believers that are delusional, and maybe it's almost like, oh, God got me. People love to throw God in it when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
After the fact, right. So I just can't figure it out because the evidence that they have seems so concrete, and they seem very much like, I agree when their defense says they're wanting to play it out in the press. They definitely do. I keep saying this because you have the prosecution making the comment, her bag was $8,000. My most expensive bag is $300. And I keep saying that because that shows you, that was like, are you trying to have a housewives moment, or are you trying to talk about the evidence that you have? And then to throw out, the Osefos have very little money. It's like, well, what's little money to you? So, and their defense didn't like that and turned to the media that was there, us, and says they're throwing these statements out because they know they'll get out there.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I feel for her because I'll say this, I revealed at the show that at my doctor's office, one of the doctors, her parents, she grew up on the street. Wendy lived, she was there when Wendy and Eddie moved in. Her parents just moved out, but she said that the neighborhood, her words were, the neighborhood is on fire. They can't believe they did this. So we got to think, if they are having a jury trial and they have to find a jury of their peers, and they already have a neighborhood full of people who don't look like them that automatically think they did this. I mean, because Carroll County is like this. So
I'm nervous for them. I just feel like they're going to jail. And I feel like prosecution knows something. But then I'm wondering, does defense have something? Like,
I'm hoping, because their lawyers are good. So you asked about the last at the last trial. I forgot to. So we know that Eddie waived his right. Wendy wanted a speedy one, so much so they were looking for court dates, trial dates in March. They estimate it's going to take 4 days for each trial. So Eddie's is being pushed out. She wanted hers in March. Remember, theirs was supposed to be in April. Now, and I don't know why she just couldn't go back to her April date, but now, because there's no dates available in March, we don't even have a date right now for a trial, because they have a status hearing on May 20th for the both of them. So not even April. May 20th is their status hearing, which tells me Eddie's could be pushed out who knows how long. In the meantime, Wendy's, she wanted it fast, and now you're looking past May. But I had a theory, and I want to ask you your thoughts. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't have this theory. Somebody sent it to me, and I was like, oh, because I had tweeted that I thought they were setting it up for Eddie to take the fall. And the word I should have used was brunt. Like maybe they're setting up for him to take majority of the charges and her not take a lot. So I get a DM and it says, it is set up for Wendy to take the fall. If Eddie is convicted, he loses his bar license, which is the only solid source of income they have. By having Wendy tried first, they see all the evidence the prosecutor will present at trial so that Eddie can use that for his defense. They also have the ability to point to each other because they're being tried separately. And then in another message, they say, I'm a lawyer. And yes, we watch Bravo 2 in secret.
Wow.
I didn't think about that. Eddie will get to see everything if Wendy goes first.
I didn't think of that fact either. Interesting.
Yeah.
So I just thought that if Wendy tries to play I didn't know, like he told me this, it's just like we know Wendy too well. Like she's an astute individual. She's elite. She has 4 degrees. Like you can't play stupid now.
Right.
You know? I just feel like you can't get one over on Wendy. So I don't know. I don't want them to go to jail.
Me neither. I've been very clear. Like if they have to do any time, can't they do house arrest, pick up stuff on the side of the road? Can they have to give time back to people who've been frauded? You know, like something. Can they do something? I do think when we heard it in the news, but oh my gosh, what is it called? The episode finale, the season finale. Yeah. When that card came up and it said up to 15 years, my heart literally was like,
I forgot.
I think that's excessive. Yeah.
I would say at the most a year.
That's what I was thinking. and it's not that it's sad, not that it would make it any better, but if I had to do some time, which I'm like, Ashley, Lord knows that's, one of my worst fears, but I could maybe swallow it knowing I got $500,000, which they were all, pretty much what they were trying to get was $450,000. But to only have gotten $20,000 for the ring, you may go to jail and you didn't even touch none of that money. All you got was that 20 grand for the ring.
Just blew up their lives over that.
Like, yeah. And Potomac films soon, right? Doesn't it start soon?
Yes, okay. I think so. I'm not sure who's coming back though. Oh, shout out to Carlos. He's in the room.
Hey, Carlos.
He was just saying, do y'all think Wendy will at least film half the season? I think she's definitely trying to film.
They need to pay them lawyers.
Yeah. And then we have someone in the chat. They say he never passed the
What?
Allegedly.
So
Eddie's not a practicing attorney. He just has a master's in law.
Oh, okay. So does that mean, so that's how he was able to work at these corporate, all allegedly. Is that how he was able to work at these corporate? Oh, okay. A
JD. For the other people in the chat, what's that?
Is that a Juris Doctor? Is that right? A Juris, is that how they say it? A Juris Doctor? That's wild.
Super chat, Rich the Fish. Take all of Wendy time and give it to Ashley. Oh gosh. Everything will now have to be in someone else's name. They won't be able to sign for their kids' student loan.
Oh, you are right about that.
Juris Doctorate.
Okay, I was a Juris Doctor. Okay, yeah, okay.
So is he a lawyer? So he
was
allegedly.
Okay, you just brought it down. Okay, you just make it make sense. Wow. That's wild. I at the end of the day, we, of course, sometimes we laugh to try to make light of the situation because none of us, well, I know we don't want them to go to jail. One thing I keep thinking is that people keep saying they should have thought about their kids. And I'm of two minds of that. If they tried to get that money so they could floss and try to keep up with the Joneses, then no, you weren't. Like, you didn't have your kids' forefront. The other side of that is if they are in an insurmountable debt, and we keep saying, like I kept saying, they should file bankruptcy. but they have their house. Yes, you can keep your house in the bankruptcy, but you got to meet these certain guidelines and got to do certain things this way or that way. So who knows if they were able to? And I think if it was because they needed to get out of debt, then it's like I sometimes people do desperate things, but then also you're spending $100,000 on renovations for your house.
Right.
So it's like then that whole theory goes out the window for me. You know what I mean? Like you could have just filed the bankruptcy if you could, but I think ego wouldn't allow that.
I really just want to know why.
Me too.
I think that's the main thing. She can't say anything right now, but just hopefully all this is done. Like I just need to know why did they even put themselves in that position.
I want her to write a book like what wasn't her first title, Tears of My Mother? And then we needed Tears of My Mother Part 2.
Right. Tears of Pam Oliver, something. But let's move on. So Married to Medicine. We just finished the finale. I just finished my recap earlier today.
I saw.
And I'm loving it. Like I love this season. I give it an A. We only had maybe 1 or 2 filler episodes, but I thought they really gave us a good season, I think. Like they were up there with like a Housewives type season.
I feel like they always are. And for me, I like filler episodes because my body can't handle being at a 10 all the time. Like sometimes I need a 4. Like I need to reset my system. So I thought the season was good too. I am just a little bit upset at my girl Toya, and not for the reasons people think. I'm upset because she gave legitimacy, like her actions legitimized some of their complaints about her. And I was like, Toya, I think it kind of backfired on the ladies, but it also kind of showed where Toya could communicate better. I felt like they gave her as punishment, here, you do this, and thought she was going to have to come back to them and ask for help so they could say, see what it's like. You didn't donate, but she didn't do that. Instead, she became a sort. Like I agreed with Contessa. She wanted to put her stamp on it, the Toya Bush Harris stamp, and do it on her own. She is an Aries. They say we're bossy. We're not bossy. We're just leaders. And you just get on the train or, get run over. But I when you have all the ladies saying they weren't sure about certain things in the communication, I was like, well, I don't believe they're all lying about it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you should have communicated better. I do believe she could have included them. But then I heard somebody, and they brought up a good point. They keep saying Toya didn't include the newbies and only made it the OGs, but Jackie had a photo shoot, and didn't she only invite the OGs and not the newbies earlier this season?
That's a good point.
So shout out to Jamie. That's me. I heard her say that. And then I started thinking like, yeah, it's like, Jackie, you were a part of that too. But it's getting positioned as if Toya was the only one that wanted to keep, the newbies out.
So we have a correction right quick from Rich the Fish. They say he did pass the bar in 2014. He passed the website, and someone said, I think he's licensed in MD.
Oh, licensed in Maryland. Okay.
Yeah. So
he's on a company website as an employee there.
Right.
So we just never seen him like have a scene of going to work or coming home. Yeah.
Right. Yes. So a lot of people who watch Married to Medicine, they're split on the whole ticket gate. So I would love to know what you thought. Like what I said, just to keep everyone up. I get why they didn't want to pay $2,500. Like they didn't include them. They didn't, want input or whatever. But I did expect them to at least pay a ticket to go to the event because they were going to the event. So for them to just go in and not pay a ticket, I wasn't mad at Toya and Eugene. And plus, you got to also factor in that Mimi and Toya have not seen eye to eye. Well, especially Mimi. She's been talking cash money shit.
Thank you.
Gangster about Toya the entire season. So
thank you.
Yeah, Toya could have kind of let it slide, but it's just like, no, you were trying to shit on this event. You didn't want to contribute. So yeah, pay a ticket if you're trying to come in.
I agree 1000%. But also, Steve said, I don't know about any else in my family, but I'm out. When he said I'm out, I took that to mean out in everything. So like they weren't doing anything, so they weren't coming. That's what I took that to mean.
And why would I update you if you said you're out on anything?
Yes, like, and it's not like clearly Eugene let Toya know, because Toya wasn't in that conversation with the men, but he said it in front of the men. He said, I'm out. So I took that to mean they weren't coming. So then when Mimi and Steve's argument to me should not have been, do you want this $150 or do you want us to donate? I didn't think you were going to donate because you said you were out. So to me, you didn't say, I'm out. I'm not going to do the $2,500, but I will come and buy a piece of art to support. You didn't say any of that. You said, I'm out because of the exclusion. So you should have stood on, we felt excluded. We felt like Mimi felt like you excluded her. She really wanted to be a part of it, blah, blah, blah. Then that's a different conversation. But you said you were out. Then you show up, and Dr. Jackie being messy too, because he saw on Instagram where she put up the picture. I think there was a picture of Mimi and Steve and Jackie and Curtis, and she's saying, yes, they were guests of my table. But you knew people were supposed to pay $150 each. So why didn't you say something?
Right. And why she didn't just go up to them and sort out the situation too? That was weird as well.
Yeah. So I feel like, I'm not saying Toya is no saint. We all know that. But also Mimi has been coming for her neck while at the same time putting Heavenly on a pedestal. If people want to be real, Heavenly and Toya can be the same. I'm going to be honest, even though I'm going to keep it real. They could be. But I do feel like Toya says a lot of what the ladies are actually thinking a lot of the time and just won't say. I always say, how we have our intrusive thoughts that we feel, but we may not say. Toya is an Aries intrusive thought. Because we like days apart on her birthday. A lot of the things she says, it'd be on the tip of my tongue, but I probably wouldn't say it because I have that little pause button sometimes, right? But I think a lot of the women feel the same way she does. But it seems like Mimi has been coming for Toya the entire season. But then, not even just coming for Toya, trying to sway Brandy, be careful who your allegiance is to.
Right.
So you're letting us know you're not even coming. You didn't even come in with an open mind. You already came in with an allegiance to someone.
Man, so crazy. Oh,
yeah. No. I'm just saying. So yeah, it's like, no, but go ahead.
Last season, Mimi seemed fine, with Toya. So it's kind of crazy how that all just turned when she became a main cast member. Very weird. Also, what did you think about how Steve told Toya, well, I don't address women? Because I know it boiled my blood.
This whole thing pisses me off. If me and Corey come out to New York and we call you and we hang out and me and you get into an argument, we're friends. So the expectation is that there's a level of trust that you're not going to go there with me in terms of using your strength over me. I should be able to have an argument or a disagreement with my friend or with another male without you having to say, Taria, even though my issue is with you, I'm not going to address you. I'm going to address Corey. Now we grown here. I can't stand that whole, because then it reinforces the whole, a woman needs to stay in her place. But yet at the same time, you're talking about empowered women and doing it on your own and all this other stuff. So for me now, if you calling me all out my name and I know I can't beat you, then it's like, I'll be right. Stay right here.
Right.
It's something different. But we're all adults and we're discussing this. And people were like, well, Toya shouldn't have butt in. But I could see myself doing the same thing, whether right, wrong, but hold on. So what is your issue here? Because really your issue is with Toya. You feel like Toya excluded Mimi. You feel like Toya is, so your issue is with her. So that irritated me so bad. Because to me, it was like, stay in a woman's place. Let the men handle this.
Exactly. I was just like, wow. And he said in the last episode when they were in Jamaica during the thing talking about toxic masculinity. And I'm just like, you almost had me.
You almost. But then he falls. We see, I know we haven't seen it yet, but a clip of the reunion where they're going back to this trope of, oh, Eugene is acting like a woman. I'm sorry. I cannot stand that. And for them to try to tell him, you stand by your wife too much. We've seen him tell Toya when he disagreed, when he was wrong, but y'all don't say that to Damon.
Echoing my sentiments, yeah.
You don't say that to Damon. Like, but then, so in which way do y'all want it? Do y'all want him to be like Cecil, who admits that he don't be having Simone's back? Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, these men, I know we'll get there, but like even with Curtis, I'm like, these men are so
married to misogyny.
But even from some of the women, like I was watching Contessa. Please tell me, Chris, the clip of the reunion. And I'm sorry, y'all, if I pause to burp. I'm drinking a pink Red Bull. Y'all, please don't tell me. Pray for me. I'm trying to quit them, okay? But I did Google, and it said I could have this in place of coffee, okay? So, and that's what Google told me. So, but Brandy and Contessa were going back and forth, and Brandy repeats exactly what Contessa said. You were crying about your husband not throwing you a party. And Contessa says, I didn't say those things. I don't even talk like that. And it made me so mad because now that one thing I have to believe Heavenly about, because Heavenly said Contessa wants you to forget that she said things about her marriage. And she literally did it at the reunion, that clip. But yeah, I think Toya did a beautiful job. Do you think somebody's going to make mention of it? Because didn't somebody mention like, yes, it's great she gave 2 $5,000 scholarships, but we raised $100,000 last year. I thought one of them said something to that nature.
I don't recall. And I know I mentioned that, $10,000. I mean, that's it. And
that's what
I just realized like they only had, I think, maybe less than a month to put. Whereas I think the other one, they had a longer time.
Well, then that begs the question: did they when did y'all give it to her to do? Did they wait down to the wire, or did y'all give this to her with less than a month? Because that says even more than like y'all really were trying to set it up.
Yeah, and I mean it was a decent, event that was put on. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like nice or anything like that. Like I'm trying to think. Like the decor was not impressive. And then the food too. Like somebody mentioned you serving bone-in wings at a gala. I was like, that's a really good point. Like, why you want people to be doing this at a gala?
Right. Oh, Toya, right.
Food, something easy, something
quick. Yes.
Not bones.
You said something on a pick.
Because I work a lot of events in hospitality, and like it's basically just finger foods.
Right.
Yeah. Or something you can just plop in your mouth real quick.
Oh, that is such a good point. That is a good point. Oh my God. Do you think that Quad and King were already broke up when they were doing the confessionals? Because did you like some of their responses?
Because by the end of the season, I was like, well, they had to pretend at the premiere. Wow.
Because when they were in the last joint confessional, it was kind of like like I was like, oh, y'all had to have been broken up already.
Mm-hmm. And then she called him by his real name.
Yes.
Kirk. So.
She said, I love Kirk, and then when she was putting on that lipstick, like I thought that was a phenomenal ending for it to go off when she's like, he may not be the one. I was like, oh, this is good. I love the way Rodney put on Twitter that Quad is a great reality star. And I said, before this season, cousin, I would have argued you to the down. But I have to admit, and I liked seeing her and Toya get along. I've always wanted to see them get along. So I like how Quad will tell Toya when she disagrees or when she's wrong or whatever, without them going to the depths of hell. In that, like for me, I tapped out I was so mad at Heavenly because I love Married to Medicine. It's one of my favorite shows, but she made me tap out last season because I didn't want to watch her. But then I recapped it with someone, so I jumped back in and I was like, this is why I love this show, because also all of them make me want to scream, but all of them can make me laugh too. Yeah, and they all have points sometimes,
I agree. And
So,
Heavenly was a lot last season. Like the way
yeah.
she was bullying Sweet Tea, I didn't rock with that.
And the way people, and people kept saying, what does she think? Come on, Quad's job. Well, now it's her job too. Like now, and for Heavenly, for me, for Dr. Jackie and Heavenly to actively seek her out only to turn on her in the show,
Right.
it was like, y'all don't see this. And speaking of Dr. Jackie, it's ironic that you had to tell your man how to speak about or how not to speak about a woman's body when the way you have spoken about Black women and their bodies, it's ironic. What conversations do y'all be having in the house for him to even be comfortable? Like this is the first time you had to tell him about speaking on a woman's body? The only thing that Curtis knows about a woman's body is how to be up under one that's not his wife's in the Dominican Republic, allegedly.
Well,
you pissed me off so bad.
So going into next season, I feel like Toya carried the season.
Same.
Simone, she definitely disclosed a lot more. I think this is the season where she disclosed everything. I mean, say like, you're still wet on camera. Like, oh, okay. All right. I need Brandy to be full-time. She's a natural. She fits in. She has a voice, and she talks to these ladies' faces.
Yes.
Like, a confessional gangster. She's with it.
Yes.
Mimi, there's work to be done on Mimi.
Yeah.
Like, I need her to stop trying to be a Dr. Jackie 2.0.
Come on.
But in her home, and like when she's vulnerable, that's when I'm just like, that is the Mimi that I want to see. Like, I don't want to see, buttoned up. This is what you need to do. This is what it's called. Like, I just want her to like just be friends with these women.
Yes.
Trying to like diagnose them or try to be a referee or something like that.
I agree.
Who am I missing? Angel, Chop.
Bye.
Yeah, we can leave. Heavenly needs to stay in a friend's role. I think I like that for her. But also, my theory is the reason why she was a friend was because of her son. Same. And not because of the political thing.
Same.
Because she didn't want to divulge too much into her home life, and she knew she would have to tell her business.
Yep.
So yeah, I think she got off. And it wasn't even because of running for any seat. Because we know she's going to lose anyway.
Oh, so you think she's going to... Okay, so you don't think she's going to win?
I don't think she's going to win. I'll be very surprised, but, we'll see. Jackie needs to be demoted.
Please. I'm just so tired of from season 1, I felt like Jackie was messy and thought she was elite and above the other women. I always thought that about Jackie.
She tricked me. Back in the day, I thought that like, oh wow, it's like Jackie. She's like the peacemaker. Like I missed all this shade. Like when I went back, because I do some old reviews of medicine on my Patreon, and I had no idea like she was so fat phobic.
What the way she would talk about Toya's body, Heavenly's body.
She told Simone jokingly, like, maybe you need to throw up.
Yes.
I was like, what? Look, it's there.
Yes. And it's to me, I said, as a patient, as a woman who has birthed 3 children, I would be nervous to go in pregnant, gaining weight. Because what is she going to say to me today? I'm already feeling bad about, feeling heavy or feeling this. Like, what is she going to say to me?
And we already saw a glimpse of that this season when she was like, do you have an enlarged thyroid?
And then people were saying, well, she's a doctor. She could have saved her life in private.
Right.
Like, give me a break. Like, and the thing is, if somebody had to turn around and said something like that to Jackie, what if there was a marriage therapist on the show and walked up to Jackie and said, do you and Curtis have a real connection? I'm just, from my 20 years of practice, I sense. Then she would have been all, just like when they were walking in, I'm sorry, I wanted to throw up in my mouth when they were walking into the Met Gala And she's like, your zipper's down. And he's like, oh, how did that happen? I don't know. Y'all wasn't doing nothing in that. Please.
Right.
Please.
I was like, please.
Like, we don't buy it. We don't buy it.
I will, though, because I'm not a complete hater. I will give Jackie, like, she was best dressed. My best dress at the reunion. She did that.
Because those looks disappointed me so badly. Because they're all beautiful, different body types. Like, and when I saw, I was kind of like Toya looked like she was missing something. Like, I don't know what, like the dress, but then the hair, she looked good, but it was like, I guess I wanted some more, you know. But Dr. Jackie with the picture with that fur or whatever, that, did you see that picture of her where she has on her dress? It reminds me of Dr. Wendy, how Dr. Wendy had the red boa.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
She was killing it. Now I'm gonna tell you something. If Atlanta's reunion and they're in red, we gonna know something. Potomac, Married to Medicine, and then Atlanta. I see what they're trying to do.
They're already in red in their promo look.
That's right. That's what they're trying to say.
Right.
But they do. I'm looking forward to the reunion, but you notice it's only 2 parts. Haven't they been 3 parts?
I'm glad. Cut the fat.
Yeah.
We'll just get right to it. No filler. And when we get to Beverly Hills, we'll get to that in a second, y'all. Like, they better have 2 parts.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get these super chats out the way. Both of them are from Rich the Fish, and I know it's going to be messy. Thank you. NECA needs to come back next season to use her degree to break down the Osef Fool's wrongdoing. Me is a younger Jackie that eats her meals on time. I'm not. We're going into the corner. Nick Potato Head has no marriage or medicine. I don't know who that's.
That's either Heavenly or Jackie.
Someone said they should cast Shamari on Married to Medicine since she's getting her nursing degree. Like, I was like, you know what? She would fit in as well as her husband.
Yeah.
I think the husbands will be starstruck.
They would. Oh.
Because that's their inspiration.
And he's still touring, and still, it's not like they're still out here doing the thing.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. I don't want to steal. I don't want to say that was mine, y'all. There was somebody in my live chat.
That is a really good idea.
But let's see. Where were we moving on to? Oh, we are moving on to Beverly Hills. So great.
Okay.
Segue. So as y'all know, and I think you know too, Taria, that I've been staying on that hill, defending, like fighting off, windmilling everybody. No.
Yes.
Wealth, fashion, money, like, but now it's like I'm throwing in the white flag.
Your arms is getting tired, Chris.
After this last one, I'm just like, it's above me now. I can't do it anymore. I can't defend it anymore. I think it's time for like a reboot, even though the ratings say otherwise. Like, the ratings are still good. And it's the only franchise that still trends on Peacock every week.
Yeah, yes, yeah, that's true.
But the thing is, like, Rachel can only do so much until she starts talking about that divorce.
Yes.
Amanda, I don't like her. I get it.
You almost made me spit up.
Live show, y'all. I couldn't edit that out. But I don't like Amanda. I think she's annoying. I don't think we should keep her just because she annoys the cast like Stacey, because at least we love Stacey, and Stacey is charismatic. Someone tried to compare her to Stacey, and I was just like, nope. No,
that's a different. That it is. As much as I like how she annoys them, I do also feel like it's Stacey's different because there's a je ne sais quoi or charismatic, like you said about Stacey, and she may go there with them, but then she can get right back in the fold. Whereas Amanda seems kind of like stiff, like I'm used to operating like this, so this is how I operate. And it's like when you get on ensemble cast, yes, be yourself, but you also have to adapt a little bit. And she doesn't seem like she's willing to do that.
Right. I think she's just trying too hard. And then with Kyle, Dorit, Erica, the issue, like, Kyle needs to leave the show.
Come on.
we need to get rid of Kyle now. Like it's time.
It's enough.
Yeah. I don't want, like, once we get back into the Dorit, like, and also I could see Dorit on another season, but I do not care about the marriage anymore. I don't care about PK at all. I don't want to hear about it anymore.
Me neither. I don't care about your custody arrangement. None of that.
Right. So yeah, like, I think I'm done. I don't.
And I wish with Dorit, like you said, you're still watching though, right? You said,
oh yeah, I'm not going to give up.
Right.
But it's just like I can't defend it anymore because I feel like, oh, I'm kind of tired of this. Like,
yes.
And how many episodes are we into? Like 13 weeks?
13 or something between like, I thought it was between like 12 and 13, but it maybe I didn't lost count.
I will riot if it's a 3-part reunion. It better not.
Right. If they get 3 and Married to Medicine got 2, and I'm saying that money wise, because for the ladies, they need to get their check, then we have a problem. If they get 3, because they barely can hold 1. When you think about what's happened during the season, they can wrap it up with 1. What the thing, I was loving it last season. Dorit was the only one calling Kyle out. But at that table when they were in Italy, and Dorit said she was being careful with who she was sharing relationship with, because it feels especially hard when it's not just people that know you are talking about it, but then they go and talk about it to other people. What's getting lost in the Dorit, Amanda, Kyle of it all, Kyle did start that conversation about Dorit with somebody that doesn't know Dorit. And so, yes, come on. Thank you. And then for Kyle to sit back and be quiet when this is going on, I'm like, yeah. And then I'm tired of Sutton telling Amanda, just own it. You went, girl, please. Your courage lies in the bottle of grapefruit and vodka mix. Get out of here. I don't want to hear nothing about you calling her a wimp. Okay. So you sit down and shut up. And this whole rebrand of, I felt picked at when I came into the group. Girl, you cried them white woman tears, and Garcelle and all of them would come to your rescue. So let's be clear. Well, maybe not Erica, but when it was Sutton versus Crystal, the white women came to your rescue. But anyway, all you had to do was turn on them tears and use a purple face rubber.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That little purple face thing. But so I don't care about Sutton being Sutton Brown and this whole reboot of her, because I'm not buying it. I'm buying that you came into this season knowing that you didn't have Garcelle to be your shield, or to back you up. And so you didn't want to be the target. Frankly, I think this whole season, at least the first half of the season, they were too busy trying to subliminally make us think that Garcelle was the reason that they couldn't get along with Sutton, because they kept saying, this new Sutton. I don't know what it is. This new Sutton. When seasons ago, Erica told Garcelle, you need to get rid of Sutton. So, but now all of a sudden Sutton is this new person that they all want to get to know. So I'm tired. So I'm tired of that. I'm tired of as much as I like Dorit saying stuff to Kyle, girl, you being late. At first, I really thought, is production doing this on purpose? Because if not, that is so rude. When Erica came to get her and was like, what, y'all need. I agree a little bit, Carlos. When Erica went to get her, it was a true like girlhood moment when she was like, girl, come on. Like, right. And then Dorit's like, I just got to change my purse. Girl, what?
I think they were waiting a long time on her.
Oh, longer than what we saw, probably. Yeah. Like, so rude.
I think also with Sutton, I forgot to mention that, Sutton is the one that started the whole thing between Dorit and Amanda. Like, remember she told her that at Rachel's party? So she started this. And then just so she could be in the position to help Amanda now. So I was just like, really, Sutton? Did you not remember? Like the cameras caught you being messy, trying to tell Dorit, trying to start some shit. Dorit was never known.
No. And Sutton positioned it as though Amanda was talking about her and not her good friend Kyle. Because the truth is, I can be upset because I don't know you, but my good friend is telling my business to somebody that I don't know.
And she positioned it to Amanda saying, well, Now look what you did. You started something between Kyle and Dorit.
Right.
So she's trying to
Right.
do her little production like
Yes.
background too.
I
Just
completely.
because she's boring this season.
I forgot about that until you said that.
Yeah.
What do you think about Jennifer Tilly being on the show? Because it's like she's comedic relief, but at the same time, I'm like, Jennifer must be bored because
I think she is bored, but she's a joy to watch.
yes,
I love her.
and I like her look when she came to dinner with the dress and the hat on.
Oh yeah,
I liked her look, and I know people don't like Amanda, but hear me out. They talked about her and the labels thing and talking about her money. That is all we get from Rachel Zoe. The Dior, this Chanel, that Versace, Bertucci. Like we get all of that. That's all we. I mean, we do get her transparency with her divorce, which I do like that we're seeing honest scenes with her and her sons, and seeing her meltdown. To the girlfriend being introduced when that was not the plan, and I'm halfway across, the continent or whatever. But and so what? I get it that she's a fashion person, but we get that from her as well. And we've gotten that from Kyle from Seasons.
I'm gonna push back just a little bit.
This is our first fight. Go ahead.
So with Rachel Zoe, because I used to watch the Rachel Zoe Project religiously, used to love her. But the thing is, the difference between Rachel and Amanda saying it, you'll notice that, if Kyle sees something that's like rare in fashion, like when she saw Dorit's Kelly bag or something, like, shut up. Is that what Dorit didn't really have to say anything. All you have to do is just be wearing it. Just like how last season, how they pointed out Jennifer Tilly's Louis Vuitton boat purse.
Okay.
She had it up. She didn't say nothing about it. But
That's
Rachel, she wears vintage pieces. She actually is the real deal. So when Amanda says, oh, well, I need to put sunscreen in my Chanel backpack. I'm like, girl, really? A Chanel backpack?
Okay.
That's the only thing.
But you know what? That's a good point.
You get it, though.
And I do.
There's a way.
Yes, I was going to say, and that's a good point. And she's talking about it. You know what? That's a good point because Rachel loves fashion. She loves clothes. So the way she's talking about it is not like, I want you to know this is what it is. It's like, oh my God, that's her language. She talks in fashion. Yeah. All right, I'll concede on that one. I'll concede.
I just want to read a super chat right quick. I usually agree with y'all, but the Steve Toya conversation was tricky. Toya goes from 0 to 60 quickly.
Yeah.
What if Steve matched her tone? We've seen similar situations weaponized before. Love you both.
Love you, Daydreamer. And you're right. That's a good point. She does go from 0 to 60 quickly, and it could have, that it you know what, you used the perfect word. It is tricky. It really is.
Yeah, but I just think in that instance, Toya just talks loud, and she didn't disrespect him, call him out his name or something like that. But yeah, just the way he dismissed her just kind of reminded me when it happened again to Toya, when Dr. Damon tried to talk over her, and then Heaven was like, my man is talking.
Yes.
Toya's supposed to just shut up because a man is talking.
Because a man is talking. Yeah, they do that. Yeah. Married to misogyny, like you said.
But I don't know what can save Beverly Hills at this point.
Well, tell me what you think of Bose, because I said that, I know. I feel like she's running this show like a boardroom, like she's fixing something. And it's like, I feel like I'm going to work with her. So how do you feel?
Yeah, she's just very calculated in the group. And no one's going to come for Bose, I think, unless Bose comes for them. The only person Bose is coming for is Amanda because, it's the easy target.
Yeah.
I mean, she could come for Kyle a little bit too, but I just think she's in a position now where, she's walking amongst the veterans now, so she doesn't have to worry about that. But yeah, a lot of people don't like Bose, and she doesn't bother me, but I just think she could have a better plot line. I mean,
That's
it just sucks with this man. Like,
yeah.
oh, well, if I don't give him a child, he's not going to be with me. I'm just like, what?
And it just goes back to I know how much you love him, but look at all the work she could do running these billion-dollar companies, but then it all goes back to a man. Like,
Like,
man.
where's that part of her life that like
Yeah.
I want to see?
Yeah. Like, and get into deeper. Like, why do you feel like he's gonna like I don't know. It just I'm looking at her. I think I'm probably older than her. And just putting your body through all that. Is it something that you really want, or do you really want it to keep him happy? He's not the one that almost died in childbirth before. He's not the one that lost a child before. You are. So it's like, and what's his reasoning for wanting a child with you? In case he loses his job, he's going to be the nanny?
Yeah.
What would you think if I lost my job? Nothing, because you have businesses, right? So then even Bose was taken aback by that too. You could tell she just kind of was like, blink. Okay.
It's interesting. Like, I guess Bose had to like put out a statement because a lot of us was like worried about her and stuff like that. Why would you want a kid this late? And just like, I mean, you put it out there, Bose.
Yes.
I mean, have their opinion. Like, I lost my cousin to like, after 12 days after she had her daughter, she passed.
I remember you said, yeah.
Like the night of my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Triggered by anything involved like that type of pregnancy. So yeah, like you want to leave your daughter like without a mom and a dad?
Yes.
All people care, no one's judging you.
Right. Like. And all to satisfy a man.
Right. To satisfy a man.
Because then you got to think, what happens if y'all don't make it? Does he make his whole thing of trying to take the child? You have to think like, I don't know. And like you said, nobody's going to come for Bose because they're scared people are going to call them racist. Well, if you're not racist, come for her. Now, I know that's easy for me to say because I'm not in their position, but I don't like watching that either. Because there are some things I do wish Bose had brought up to Kyle, and maybe it'll come later. You called me since we're talking about, because if you're really Dorit's friend and not just her representative, well, we're all having this conversation about Dorit talking about PK and it not being good for the case. But Kyle, you called me telling me Dorit was erratic and spending money, and that might not be good for her case as well. So you're doing the same thing that you're accusing. Get something started.
Right. And I think that's going to come up in the next like few episodes, that part, because Dorit knows that Kyle said that, but Kyle doesn't know that Dorit.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
She alluded to it at the table, but she didn't bring it up. So yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, I know this would have made my heart smile. Okay. Again, I know Amanda, I know y'all are like, Taria, shut up about Amanda, but Kathy, I don't care. When Kathy told her, read the room and know your place, I wish she had said, my place is at this table because I got a chair here just like you hoes. And because it would have started something. I don't care if you Kathy Hilton, Kathy Dollar General, Kathy Hampton Inn, meaning I don't care what your last name is. I wish Amanda had said something, but she didn't. And Kathy got her in that moment. But I was like, I wanted some energy because they were all like, ooh, no, my place is at this table. I got a seat here just like you.
Lisa Rinna said, fuck you. No one. I'm just glad. That's the only thing I liked about Lisa Rinna that season.
You know what?
Because I know for real, like that's when I saw Kathy in a different light. Because I know I believe Lisa Rinna for one thing. Yeah. It's just no one else like really had her back. But
yeah,
I believe that Kathy called that man a F word, the DJ,
I believe
because he played her song. And I do think she had a meltdown in private.
Me too. Yeah. That's perfect. You know what? You just made me look at Lisa just a tad bit differently in that moment, because she sure would have been like, and who are you, Kathy? Yeah.
She sounds just like that. And Kathy Hilton thinks like Jennifer Tilly is what Kathy Hilton wants to be or thinks she is. I think it's an act on Kathy's part. Jennifer Tilly, she really is like that.
I agree. And watching Kathy be so quirky and out of touch and all of that is a stark contrast to watching the Paris documentary about her being kidnapped in the middle of the night and sent to live in some place to correct her behavior. And she was going through things. I was like, where's that Kathy? That's the Kathy that gets into it with Kai. You know, like, something is missing. Also, I have to keep remembering that I can't expect much from Kyle in the way of loyalty and Dorit because she doesn't get along. She's always fighting with one of her sisters at any given time. So to me, if a person, now granted, I know there are some sisters that could be toxic, that could be whatever, but she's always fighting with one or the other. And a lot of times she's on the outs, like those two are together and she's on the outs. So it's like, does she even know how to be a girl's girl? I wonder. So.
Yes. Thank you, Melly Mel, for the super chat. Bose is uninterested in these ladies. I like Bose, but she's not a good fit for this cast. Just grasping at straws. Bose needs her own show with her own group of friends. She actually has an interesting life off the show.
Melly, that is a good way to put it. Bose is uninterested in these ladies for real. Yes.
Because I just want to see like Bose in a boardroom, something, taking a meeting, like just that part of her life.
Yes.
Like, I just want to see like something centered around a man.
Even her planning another event, because, you know, her and Amanda are going back and forth now about the workshop thing. Mm-hmm. You know, Amanda thinking she's jealous. Bose like, no, not really. You know, so I would even want to see like last season when we saw her event or something, like building a business, something.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where's this show going to go. We shall see. I really want to hear what Andy has to say because I'm sure he sees the backlash on it. Because he promised stuff like, oh, well, just wait till they get to Italy. We're in Italy.
This is what, our second? No, this is our first episode, full episode in Italy, right? The one that just passed Thursday.
That just passed was the first like full day in Italy.
Okay.
Look.
We'll see. Did you see the rumor on social media saying that production on I just seen it. I think it might be on No Chaser. Let me check. But basically, production for Beverly Hills is scared of losing their jobs.
Thank you for reminding. I screenshot the article.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah. So alleged. Production staff are allegedly scared of being fired after the poor reaction to the latest season of RHOBH. The staff are scared of being fired after the poor reaction to the latest season. Bravo execs are not happy with the quality of the show, and Evolution Media has been made aware, including Alex Baskin. As great as Rachel Zoe is, she hasn't lifted the show. Viewer reaction to Amanda Francis has been poor, but if it wasn't for her, the show would be in the dire straits. If anything, Amanda has kept the show afloat this season, so there's a strong chance of her returning next season. So Bravo has Evolution Media on notice right now. The show must improve next season or heads will be on the chopping block. Expect a big shock firing after the reunion. Well.
Wow.
I think it's time for Kyle to go.
Me too.
Yeah.
And if they had to keep, out of the three, if it was Kyle, Erica, Dorit, who would you say they keep? If you had to pick one.
Dorit.
You would say Dorit. I think I was going to say Erica to see her function without Kyle, but I think maybe Dorit too. Throw Dorit in with some.
Yeah, Dorit, Bose again, Kamora Lee Simmons.
Oh,
Christine Chu from Bling Empire.
Yes.
I've been wanting her to be on that show. She knows Kathy Hilton.
Yes.
I still don't understand why no one has asked her. Or maybe they have.
Wasn't she on an episode in the background years ago? Or am I fever dreaming that? Maybe not.
Maybe she was. I know Kathy was in Bling Empire, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, man. That would be amazing.
Nicole
Vivica Fox. Nicole Murphy, especially with all her stuff. Oh, you know somebody would bring up Antoine Fuqua.
Yeah, it's just like we need new stories. And speaking of which, let's get to, speaking of new stories, Ladies of London, that comes on after Beverly Hills. Y'all, this show, I have not been invested this much in a show since, like, I want to say Gallery Girls. It's like a throwback show where I was just like, I am so invested into this. Like, I love these characters. I'm really surprised that, you know, they have a gay guy on the show, like a main cast member. But I was telling Alex, the reason why it works is because he's more so the glue. And, you know, I was saying no shade to the other franchises, but usually the gay person is the assistant, the hairdresser, makeup artist. They're working for them, and they're not really like friends. Like, kind of like with Sutton, once she got rid of him, that was it.
That was it. Yes.
So this guy, Mark, he's a socialite in his own regard.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I was just hooked immediately. Like, they just all are they're just fascinating. From the black girl Emma,
come on,
lives literally in a castle, and I think she's the most like
got the most money, right?
The most money out of all of them. Martha, who has like a story where she's like from riches to rags. Have you seen that movie Blue Jasmine?
No.
It's a really good movie with oh my God, what's her name?
Let me text myself. Blue Jasmine.
She's an Oscar winner. Oh my gosh, y'all.
Blue Jasmine. Okay, movie Blue Jasmine.
It begins with a C. Kate.
You said a C. Catherine O'Hara. No, she just passed away.
Right. Oh my God, I hate this. This is I'm on live and I get brain fog.
I hate that when that happens.
I'm looking at her in my head. Like, she played
movie.
Catherine. Someone said Catherine. Kate Blanchett. Thank you, Lord.
Kate Blanchett. Oh, okay.
Aneurysm on camera. But yeah, she just gives that story, and then there's what's the other one's name? Kimmy.
Kimmy. Like, that's with the dark hair, right?
Yeah, she's like she's the playful one.
Yes. Okay.
She gives like a Sonia Morgan tea, but without embarrassing herself too much.
Yes. I'm still trying to learn all their names, but yes.
Yeah, and I was really surprised. Like, by the end of the first episode, I kind of just knew their names without like messing it up at all. But I really enjoyed the show. I saw the first 2 episodes, and I was just like, okay, if the first vid gets like 1,000, y'all, I'm gonna continue to recap it. But now it's just like, I love the show so much. I was just like, okay, it's easy to do.
I said I was going to try to dip into it and maybe just try to recap just to help bring other Black people like you on to watching it, because it is a good show. Like, it's different than Housewives. Like I said, the first half of episode 1, I was kind of like, I'm not sure. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, I really like this. And what is her name? You said it's her name, Margaret. Margaret. With the deep voice.
Is it? Well, it's Kimmy, and then there's I think there's Maggie. I think.
What's the one that the rags to riches?
Martha. I'm sorry.
Martha. Yes, there is something. I want her story because I feel like it's weird that we don't know her story, but by the way she moves and walks and talks and laughs and the jokes she makes, we're watching her story. So it's like, she's fascinating to me in that way. Like, the last episode, her having that breakdown and her friend being like
at the storage unit.
Yes. And then her friend being like, snap out of it. The fact that she gave a man keys to her home and paid him to paint a home and didn't know nothing about the man. And I like how her friend told her, you're always looking for somebody to rescue you. You're putting yourself in this, and I'm not going to be able to be your friend. I said, my God, today.
Yeah. And I just almost forgot. I was telling Brooke that I think we like it so much is because we just see we hear the same stories on these other housewives shows, and where like you hearing something brand new,
Yes.
and getting to learn just new characters who are just interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, I like the whole cast, like how they. I even like Dara. I thought she had the capability to be a great villain.
Ooh,
She was
yes.
two-faced.
When her and what's her friend's name? I want to call her Mara. See, this is why I gotta click the names in. But when her and the friend she talked about, what's her name?
So there's Kimmy, the
Okay.
one who always wear like the fascinators, and
Yes.
she got that British look.
Yes.
Well, and she's Haitian American, by the way.
That took me out.
Right?
When she told the joke about her dad saying, "I found this little white girl," I was like, "Wow, okay."
And then there's Martha, who they're friends,
and she's gorgeous. Martha, they're all beautiful. There's something about Martha that I could see her on a movie screen. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Margot, who is also Martha's friend. Margot is the actress.
Yes. Okay.
That's her. And then there's Missy, whose brother like got murdered terribly. And that whole third episode, I was hollering how Kimmy was just like, "Y'all ruining my buzz." Like, she didn't give a shit
at all. And then when they were in the van, it was like they were all talking about, it had something to do. It had to have something to do with drugs. I was like, oh, this is going to be something later on down the line.
Exactly. There's Emma, the black girl.
Yes.
Who married into the aristocracy.
Yes.
But her father is already rich, like a Nigerian billionaire.
Yes.
So yeah, she already had money regardless. There's Mark, and then I think it's Micah.
That's who it is, Micah.
The one with the husband, who I love their relationship, by the way. Like they just feel like I just get it.
Get it. I know Micah's not who I'm talking about. Yes, but I know who you're talking about. Yes, Micah. Yeah. She's pregnant. Yes.
Yeah.
But which one was the one that was friends with Dara? Because that sit down, the gaslighting.
That's Micah. I'm sorry.
So that's Micah. Okay.
Lottie is the husband.
Yes, Lottie. Okay. The gaslighting that Dara was trying to do to Micah, when Micah is literally like, "I'm upset." Y'all, if y'all are not watching this show, imagine sitting down with someone who you thought was your best friend. You find out they've been talking cash money on you. And you say to them, "I was really upset, like finding this out. I'm thinking you're my best friend since like we were teenagers." And your friend looks at you in your face and says, "And I was upset. Can't you see that?" Even Micah had to be like, she paused for a minute, like, "No, I'm upset." But you don't get it. I'm upset. Talking in this character voice. You don't get it. I'm upset. I would like, those type of people are so dangerous because they could really make you think that you are crazy.
Yes.
And then with Chris, y'all have got to watch this. She literally, when it came out, episode 2, that this girl Dara said these things about her friend Micah. She says, "I didn't say those things." Cut to her talking to production saying, "Well, yes, I said those things." What? Like, it's so good.
Sociopath stuff.
That's what it is. And she says it like with a straight face, which would like she doesn't get emotional. And that's what makes it worse.
I was saying in my recap, like when she was at the table, she was just like, "Guys, we should just move on and have a good dinner. I'm an architect." It's like she's about to short circuit at the table because she couldn't process being embarrassed or like being called out for lying.
Yes.
Like, "I'm an architect. Let's move on." So she just said, cut.
I think I should leave this show. I'm so glad they kept that in and it's not the old, because I think they need to keep more of the fourth wall stuff in because we're all past the fourth wall stuff now.
Right.
And then even in episode 1, I think that's where it started like picking up for me when you have Micah saying, "My best friend Dara, we've been friends 18." Right. And then Dara is saying, "I mean, we're friends, but we're not like," and I was like, oh my, Micah has no clue.
She said on Watch What Happens Live that she cried watching it.
Yeah, because can you imagine, Chris? It was been more than 10 years and you're thinking this person is your best friend?
Oh, I probably would have wanted to fight.
That's what
Definitely.
it goes beyond that. I done had you around my kids, and now you
Right.
get in front of a camera. So what have you said about me? Either you're performing for the camera, or you've been talking about me for the last like 15 years.
And she has the photos to prove it. Like they were like
Yes,
kids together, everything.
everything. One thing Micah doesn't know is that she inspired me in a because she said when they keep asking her what her business is, y'all like, and I know we're talking about a show, but it just really inspired me to keep doing what you're doing, and you can turn that into income how you see fit. She literally grew up and didn't know about etiquette, and she just starts dating this British guy and decides, you know what, I'm going to learn it, and then I'm going to teach etiquette, and people literally hire, like she gets paid to do that. And it's just, and it was funny, the ladies were like copying what she did, like they're like, I'm following like what you're doing with the fork and the spoon. But it just inspired me, like who would have thought? Yes, we know that there are people out there that do that, but you have someone saying, and for me being a woman of a particular age, mid late 40s, it's never too
Oh,
late, which is why I fell in love with Housewives anyway, because the women were still wearing their bikinis, still vacationing, still starting businesses. And we're taught traditionally that once you hit a certain age, society's not good for you. You can't leave your mark on the world. You didn't do it when you were young. And so for me, not following my dreams when I was younger, leaving college, doing all that. Housewives to me was like, oh, I can have a second act, a third act, if I want to. So
mhm.
watching Micah be like, yeah, she's made it her what she's doing now and she loves it. I was like, wow, that's so cool, because most people may think I'm going to study it and learn it, but not venture out to turn it into a business. And they kind of laughed at her because at first I got the sense that they kind of laughed at it at first, almost like because they were raised like that and she wasn't. She's an American, but she's literally turned it into her business. So I was like, shout out to her for that.
I like her. If I had to choose three characters that really like resonated with me
Oh,
immediately, it
okay.
would be Micah, Martha, and Kimmy.
Yes. Yes.
It'd be those three for me.
I can't wait. Although I do wonder how close was Martha. Oh my God, and I forgot her name that quick. And the model, because she hadn't even met her daughter. Like, this is your best friend.
So they're old friends because Margot used to live in London. She
Okay,
lives in
okay.
LA now, but
Right.
she's trying to start her career again in London. So she reconnected, I
That
think, because
makes
they were
sense.
a lot of them are old school party girls, socialites.
Yes. So that makes sense. They probably were very close and then parted. Not to tie it back to Potomac, which is what I wish Kay and Angel had said. Don't make it seem like y'all have been BFF. So that makes sense. They were friends back in the day, and she moved to the States, and now she moved back. So yes. Did she have sex with her co-star on camera, or did she just make him ejaculate on camera on the movie? Remember the headline that came across?
Look,
Like she.
I know what you're talking about,
Oh,
but I think either way, that's a porn. That's a porn either way. Like if it's real, if it's really going on, it counts as
I think it
pornography.
happened. Y'all, one of the stars of Ladies in London is an actress, and she became kind of famous for making her co-star ejaculate on film. And I think she slept with him for real in the film.
That's a
Y'all gotta watch the show.
right. Oh, someone said her daughter is a toddler, and Margot was in the U.S. recently, so that's
Okay.
why she didn't know the daughter.
Okay, thank you for that, because my mind, you know what? Sometimes I feel like I'm optimistic with these shows, and sometimes I feel like I'm so jaded. So I'm like, is they really you know what I mean? But so yeah, that makes sense.
Right. That's the thing. Like they're really friendships. Like
Yeah.
Mark and Emma, like that's his Judy. They've known each other for like 14 years. Emma,
Yes.
well, Kimmy knows Emma for a long time because she knows Emma's husband.
Husband. Yes.
And then who else was in that little? It was one little. Sorry, let me see the photo right quick.
I love and even Mark, at first I thought he was going to be doing a lot, but I'm like, I like when he talked about his dad and why he bought the house, where he bought the house, him growing up. I was like, we're getting real pieces of these people. And it felt natural, not like they were just telling it for a storyline. And Emma shade to Meghan Markle when she said I said,
not Emma, that was Lottie.
Oh, that was Lottie. That's right. Because
I don't like it when you're trying to shade another Black woman and trying to big up someone else.
Because I was like, because either way, Meghan did experience some things, like even though she's not now, but.
So this is the core four right here.
Emma, Martha, Kimmy, and Mark. Yes. Because Mark isn't Mark Emma's child's godfather?
Yes.
That it was funny. Mark rode all the way to the vineyard, all the way, only to have to turn around and leave.
Yeah.
It's just little stuff like that. And them getting drunk. I can't wait to finish off that van scene with Kimmy, Lottie, and Mark.
And also I was thinking, well, since Dara's gone now, like, where's the conflict going to go? Because they were kind of all like this at the table. So to see conflict happen, that's going to be very interesting to me.
Yeah, and I think that conflict is going to come with Kimmy, and it's going to get back to about her saying that about her brother.
Oh, yeah. The preview of it.
Oh, you saw okay.
So Missy, I don't know what to call her, Missy. It's gonna be Missy, like it's Missy Elliott. So it's Missy, and then Kimmy, and then Margot. Margot told Missy, and then Kimmy was like, "You're lying," and whatever. So it's all gonna be a thing. Not lying, but in the context.
No, Kimmy, you said it though.
Right.
Yeah, I'm loving this show. I really am enjoying it. It hits a spot that, like, it hits a non housewife spot that I like.
Just like Next Gen NYC.
See, I didn't watch. I think I should go back and watch this season's or normally I don't like to just jump in. Do you think I could just watch the next season, or do you think I should go back?
You should go back and watch, because Riley really came into her own. I was so proud of her.
Okay.
Because, like, I just didn't think Riley was for reality TV, but I was really surprised that she held her own around kids.
Okay, I'm going to try. Then I'll go back. And I want to watch Southern Hospitality. I keep hearing that's really good.
I think because they just added, there's two of them, right? The Southern Hospitality and
Summer House.
Summer House. I think Summer House is the one where they had like 3 Black people on there now.
And I may go back and watch. I was a day one watcher and fell off the season where Sierra was fighting with Danielle and all that other. I stopped watching, and then I didn't watch Southern Hospitality because I'm gonna be honest. I wanted a cast full of Black people. Like, I felt like we just kept getting all these all white shows, and I was like, I'm just kind of like, I'm
gonna say something controversial.
Okay.
I think Martha's Vineyard was boring and it should have been canceled. Like, I think they need to restart it somewhere else. It wasn't because it was an all-Black cast. It was just because of the location and because of the cast members that they chose. Like, they needed some single people there. They needed not to have the fine Black man be only interested in white women.
Come on.
It just didn't work.
And I feel like that partially falls on Bravo too. They didn't promote it. They didn't do their due diligence as far as Summer House. They're out there partying in the summer, but from when they taped Martha's Vineyard, there was like nothing open, nothing that they could do. So I get what you're saying. I feel like it could be rebooted.
It can, just a different location. And I felt like we need them to be authentic. Like, just be yourself. You don't have to be like Black excellence. Just be yourself.
Yes.
Self.
Yes.
That gets because it felt like everyone was just trying to keep up the image, that they wanted to for the cameras. I'm not gonna say names.
I thought it was funny how, and that's a good point, because I loved the conversation. It really hit me, like when Preston talked about Black excellence and it not just being what people think it is. It could be you getting up every day. So he says that it resonates. And then you have another cast member at the end. Yes, we're all this, we're all that. Cheers to Black excellence. I'm like, did you just miss his whole point?
Right.
He literally broke it down. Like, and now you just, so yeah, and I heard that summer was something else, even off camera. I said, oh, child. But yeah, that and Southern Charm New Orleans. They let Southern Charm Savannah, and I'm going to indict myself and say, yes, I watched all 3 seasons. But they let Southern Charm, or 4 seasons, 3 or 4, one of the most boring shows ever. And I just watched because it was part of Bravo. And you canceled Southern Charm New Orleans.
That was a miss right there. Like, I felt like New Orleans have a lot to offer. I would even say Real Housewives of New Orleans.
Yes.
Do it if they wanted to.
I would have loved to all day long. I know you're from there. My brother and his wife and my nephew live there. Yes, he had a house in DC. They met, up here or whatever. And then he moved and bought a house in New Orleans. He plays in a band. And when he went, he just fell in love. So they went and then they got an Airbnb and did a trial through the summer months to see if they could handle, which was smart. And they could. So they bought a house. They moved. It'll be 2 years in December. And they absolutely love it.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll be back in New Orleans next month, just for like a week.
To visit family and stuff, or?
Visit family. It's French Quarter Fest. I just wanted a different experience outside of Mardi Gras. Like try to go to New Orleans. It's just something, like I've never been to French Quarter Fest.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So when you say, like, you were like born and raised there and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I moved when I was 18 to Baton Rouge, lived in Baton Rouge for 5 years. And that was Baton Rouge back in the day where it was like, I went to LSU and they had a purple and gold Confederate flag at some of the games. Like, and nobody would say nothing. So yeah, it was around those times. That's why I think I have a bad taste in my mouth from Baton Rouge, but they've progressed a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I went from there to Atlanta for 5 years and then New York ever since.
You think New York will be your final destination for a while?
Well, I've been here for 12 years.
Okay.
The only way that I would leave, because I love my apartment.
Okay. The part that I see, I love.
Right. Have you seen the backdrop too, right? The city in the background?
No.
Yeah, so it's one of my videos where sometimes I have the view of the city in the background.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have. I'm sorry. I'm like, yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Ma, for reminding me. Yeah, I think I need to go to Red Dress Run too. That's a fun time to go.
Oh, and that's in New Orleans.
Yeah. That's in August, I believe, the Red Dress Run.
Okay. Oh, that would be dope.
It has been an hour and a half.
I know. It don't even feel like it.
Right, exactly. I was like, damn. Now, before you go, will you be watching Real Housewives of Rhode Island?
I'm going to watch because it is a Bravo show. I need to start learning their names now.
I know. I just hope the first episode is good.
Me too. It needs to set off with a bang. But you know what? Even if it's stuff that we've seen on different shows, as long as it's authentically these women and not them trying to do storylines from other franchises. Because you know how sometimes it's like, oh, this is the same story, but it's like real. As long as the drama and all of that is real, then I'm in, because there's only so much in life. You know, they say there's nothing new under the sun. So I get it. But as long as it's authentically coming from them. So I'm not saying that I'm not excited, but I'm also not like, yes, I'm excited about Rhode Island.
I don't like that they're going to have it on Sundays after it premieres on the 2nd. Like, that's Black Bible Sunday nights. Like,
Sundays is for Black shows.
Exactly. But you know, Salt Lake City started out on Sundays too. I'm glad they moved it.
Yeah. Sunday. I used to call Sundays Back in the Black because we had Potomac, Married to Medicine, Atlanta back in the day. Like, they were, oh my gosh, I loved. How they gonna put
Exactly. I just don't understand that. But they need, I guess, the Housewives of Atlanta lead in, but I just feel like
Yeah.
it's different audiences, you
It's
know?
totally different audience. Pull their voting records, and if they voting records are what they think, what I think they are, then you need to put them on a different night. I'm not saying I
Exactly.
won't watch, but put them on a different night.
Like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yes.
Anywho.
That's it. You know what's so funny? Here I was, get ready to be a hypocrite. I was getting ready to say, oh, 2 housewives on a Sunday seems like a lot, but I just said I loved Atlanta, Potomac, and Married to Med, or when they were all on the. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that being on a Sunday night. I like seeing, but you go from an all black cast to a definitely no black person cast on
Right.
a show. I know we're leaving, but real quick, can I ask what your thoughts on the Jersey rumor casting with Gia being Teresa's friend, and then Amber and Nicole being Melissa's friends?
Wait, I didn't hear that. Gia
Okay,
was a friend of the show.
I'm sorry, Gia Casey, Lord, not Teresa's daughter, Gia.
Oh,
DJ Envy's wife. Look, I forgot.
you know what? I'm interested in that.
Me too.
When I saw that, and when I saw the husbands, I'm like, are the husbands going to jail too, though?
That's what I was wondering. Well, we got another black one. Remember Kiki Barber? Well, Tiki, not Kiki, Lord.
Right.
Tiki Barber.
There was two. I can't remember. I saw there was 2 housewives that have black husbands, right?
Yeah. Well, and DJ Envy's black, right? So Gia and DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club.
And it was somebody else, I think.
And either Nicole or Amber, one of them. I think it was. Yeah, they're an ex Major League Baseball player.
Right.
So
I'm fine. I don't know. We'll see, because I just don't trust it. Teresa and oh my God, Melissa, yeah. We'll see. I mean, we're not going to get it until like maybe fall 2027.
It's so crazy. They are going to need to do the same. In my mind, I started thinking, this is what it's going to become? They're slowly, because we see where Beverly Hills is, and they have no choice but to do a hard reset like an iPhone. So, like, is this what it's going to become? Like us waiting,
mm-hmm. It's like the OG shows, like OC. Look where they are now.
That's true.
New York is off the air, and they had their reboot now of a reboot. And then was Jersey before Atlanta, or Atlanta was before Jersey?
Wasn't Atlanta before Jersey? I thought, wasn't it like New York? I mean, OC Atlanta, New York, or OC New York, Atlanta?
I thought
those were the big 3, right?
Yeah, I thought it was OC, New York, Jersey, then Atlanta. But I think maybe Jersey was 4th.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would have to go and Google it. I'm so
saying me too.
Go in the chat. But yeah, just to see like the older shows, like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, they're getting up there.
Yeah, and I think it comes from them and us holding on to the OG of that franchise. But sometimes in order for something to be fresh, you got to let it go. That's what I'm having to do with Atlanta. I want to support black women. I'm going to watch. Atlanta was always my favorite. And I was kind of down on the trailer. And then I was like, you know what?
Really?
Yes, I was. I was like, I'm not feeling nostalgia, Atlanta. But then the more I would listen to people talk about it, I was like, you know what? I might be starting to get a little bit of excitement. So I'm going to go in with an open heart and an open mind and put the Atlanta of old, treasure those memories. And if I want to go back and watch their trip to Savannah, one of my favorites, then I will. But I'm going to embrace the new Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm going to try.
I'm excited. Like, I can't wait to see how K. Michelle does.
It comes out the day after my birthday. So I will be seated if I'm not out.
I'm going to finish these super chats.
Okay.
Thank you. Bravel Dad, Lottie doesn't like Americans. She said something about us not having etiquette. She was shading Americans, like in both episodes. I caught that. Maya, we don't need Jersey 2.0. Do your own thing. And Daydreamer 17, thank you. Please team up more. Your styles blend so well.
Thank you.
Taria would be back on the channel.
And same vice versa.
Yeah. Look, we will be talking another hour and a half. So
I know. Yes.
I have to do one more video, y'all. It's Beverly Hills. It'll be later tonight. So make sure y'all look out for that. Taria, thank you so much for joining me. This was fun. And it went over. It was supposed to just be an hour, y'all. But look.
We had a good time.
Yeah. So let the people know where they can find you.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, chat. Thank y'all so much for embracing me. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and YouTube at WeGo, WEIGO podcast. That stands for What Else Is Going On podcast. If you want the podcast version, because I do the YouTube and then the podcast version, you can find that wherever it is you listen to your podcast. Type in What Else Is Going On. Not WeIGO, in the words of Robin Dixon, but shout out to them anyway. WeGo. But look, they cited it because normally they don't. So,
right.
So y'all can find me there.
The information is in the description, y'all, where y'all can follow Taria and subscribe to her channel. Please.
Thank you. Please and thank you.
I'm sure I will be seeing you very soon, Taria.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
So with that, y'all, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next video.